Hello everybody, welcome back in. This is another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is Matt. Hey Matt, thanks for submitting another replay. And Matt's opponent, you know them. They are Grimmy Alpha Star Game Friend JXP123. Who knows who they are because they're all the names all at once. So helpful to your friendly neighborhood caster. And you keep changing your names all the time, people. Okay, this is actually Elf. That's what I've been told. And I'm sorry for the hyper zooming in. I'm gonna have to talk to someone about that. Um, I promise no more of that. This game at least. But this is Elf, so far as I know. But as some of you maybe know, I've been messing up who I've been casting here because I don't really know when everyone changes their name all the time. Do I sound grumpy? Maybe I do. I apologize. But Elf's out here creeping her camp. This is sort of the meta right now. Is you get a brute and two gaunts and helps you get a bunch of phantoms, and then you rush them out, maybe to your vision camp here. But what do we got going on for Matt? Matt's got some lancers. Has opted for a lancer opening. Biokinetics lab on the way, aka the BK Lounge, as my buddy Frank calls it. And hey Frank, if you're out there, hope you're doing well. Hope you're moving, your move's going well. Can't wait till you're back and able to be producing content and being a more active part of our community. Oh no, Lancer buddy! Oh, yeah, but I died. Should have ate that cabbage that was right there. Bah. Too bad. I'm dead. Slime's also going to be dead. This is a pretty nice force that's been built out from Elf right away here. She's opted for a nice big old creeping force. Now, one thing, you don't always need that big old creeping force. It helps speed up your creeping, of course. The faster you can DPS, the faster you can get to the next camp. Sometimes you opt for just a smaller force. But if you get a big old one, then it also means if you meet the other army out on the map, maybe you can take them, like might happen right here. And maybe you can turn it into a little bit of an engagement. Wait a second. We got Lancers here. The Lancers are running back and forth. Actually, they're trying to get on top of the Gaunts. And they did a great job of shredding through those Gaunts, actually. This is what you're wanting to do with this Lancer composition early on. When when there's still not a lot of units out for either side, you now almost have the advantage of just a big old ball of Lancers like we're seeing here. Some of those Lancers are very low, and you want to pull them back when they're starting to get this low so you can keep them alive. And Elf's doing a good job now of committing, sending her reinforcements here saying, I don't want you to get all those kills on my army for free. Let me see if I can kill a few of your... It gets another Lancer. Can I get another one? Yes, please. But let me retreat before I have to give up any more of my own units as well. So that... it's hard to really say without a units lost tab, for instance, or resources lost. But I think that feels kind of even to me. The supplies are still even. It felt like a fairly even trade. Largely because Elf was able to make Matt pay by sacrificing some of his Lancers there. So if you're out there, you get maybe you're an Infernal player, you hit those Lancers on the map and lose some Gaunts. Maybe do what Elf did here and try and make them pay. Elf trying to make some more pay, come in to go for the command post. Whereas we got Matt coming in to defend, and I think that command post stays up. It's low, but remember, it can be healed up pretty quick. Elf coming back in, and she does go for it again. While, is it going to go down? Yes, ends up going down, but that meant that the Exos were there chewing away on brutes pretty quick, and there's almost no brutes left. And now it's Matt with an army advantage here, basically getting some payback for losing his base. And trying to get the rest of these Gaunts as they're trying to go home. One Lancer swipe, but not gonna catch him. It doesn't look like. No. There is still the effigy there. Matt does. Ooh, I was like, he grabs one Lancer, but the Lancer takes one swipe. It's like, nope, that's all I was here for, one swipe. There we go. The Lancer finally gets it. And Matt has been pretty good at splitting off units to kill that effigy. Couple scout brutes. Leading the vanguard, actually. Ooh, I didn't mean that in the name of the faction. I meant that as the front of the army. That was a pretty good engage for Matt too, I think. Elf retreating, and that means Matt's able to clear up all these effigies, which is always good. Nice Nightfall Infestation, catching almost all of those Exos. They're starting to go down, spawning Phantoms. That worked out really well for Elf. Despite taking some of those losses earlier, and by that I mean making a sacrifice to kill the base. She does defend and push back Matt. So again, it's even exchanges back and forth here, as both of these armies have pushed out, tried to get some damage done, and then have been forced back. It's going to be largely Exos we're seeing here from Matt. And where's he going? He's going to take this energy camp. No, it looks like he's headed here, and that could be bad news. We get an immediate cancel. Both the imps go down, but at least they're canceled. And Elf is running home to deal with it. But Matt's just stepped back to try and take the energy camp. And Elf also stops to take her vision camp at the same time. So both of them kind of being opportunistic, knowing that the other is nearby. And now taking the army and trying to engage. System shock from Matt to try and give his units that extra speed, clear off any curse. And this is actually a fairly good engage for Elf right now, as her brutes are maintaining on top of these units. Medtechs show up, and extra Lancers as well. But I still feel like this has been a good engage for Elf, and yes, Matt is still pulling back. And Matt gets pulled all the way back to his racks, and Elf chooses to once again pull away. So both of them marching across the map, chasing armies up there, doing a little damage, and then saying, nope, I'm not going to throw away my whole army into your defensive matrix. Doing a little creeping out on Matt's front door, and Matt's going to circle around and be like, fine, I'm going to kill a bunch of your gaunts. More gaunts showing up from the bottom. That means there's a little flank going on here. And Matt has to retreat. And once again, right up his ramp. This is not looking good as Lancers are going down. Exos, nice control to try and keep them alive. Try and put them into position. Ooh, very nice control as half of them going around the mine like that. That's actually just cutting off a ton of surface area. It would be nice if the servos turn to fight here. They can do a really good job of tanking for the Exos. But the Exos don't really need it as they tear through these units. One brute left. Don't forget the last brute. Okay, takes him out. And bye-bye to the Fiends. So Matt doing a real clutch job of defending there. And once again, it's back and forth between these two. Matt trying to push Elf off of this vision camp and doing so successfully. And we get... These brutes are doing a great job Nightfall Infestation trying to block the retreat, and they kind of do that. Such some shock. Try and get that speedy legs. Once again, being forced to rush back. There is a sentry post here now. And Elf just doesn't have as much this time, not able to push into the servo line. And now it's Matt that's able to push Elf back. And Matt chasing these units. Not quite fast enough to like get them, but fast enough to put that pressure on and say, keep backing up, or fight me. And finally getting on Shroud, and that's when Elf decides to fight. She did have a bunch of reinforcements there, but she decides to turn away. And that means this Shroud's going to get cleaned up. And, oh, here's a Dragon. Dragon is up above, able to get a real nice blast of his breath, his cursed breath. Nightfall Infestation dodged by a lot of the units. And now these units are forced to retreat. Another good cursed breath from above. Exos having to retreat this push, this heavy push now. While there are a few units here circling around behind that were in a rally. And if they can get up here, they might be able to help with these brutes. At the moment, oh yes, here they come. The Exos did a pretty good job, but about half of the Exos, it looks like, had to go down to do that. And they're going to do a good job of cleaning up these remaining brutes. But over here, we have Phantoms taking out servos. This is one reason I don't think that workers should spawn Phantoms. It's too snowbally, and all you need is one dragon in a mineral line like that, or a gaunt drop. And wow, another engage out here in the middle of the map, and it's starting to look like Matt's got a little bit of a exo ball here that might turn into, actually I was saying that, but now these brutes are getting right on top of it, and actually they're able to take out some med techs, and the exos just go walk right through the brutes. Maybe this is what I'm talking about. These exos are in a big enough numbers right now that they're tearing through these brutes. And is Matt going to keep pushing? There is the dragon there, and if Matt could snipe that, that would be really clutch. Nice dragon breath. Cursing a lot of the front line there. Exos going down. So are Lancers. So once again, Brutes and Fiends doing their job. Another good curse from above. But the ground force is just starting to be too small for Elf, and she has to pull back again and regroup. I think these continuous engages have been helpful for Matt. He's getting a lot of promotes on his units, and he's maintaining that exo ball as you need to do to ensure that you're getting that maximum efficiency out of your units. As a Vanguard player, that's the name of the game. If you get efficient use, you're good. Dragon back to be annoying again, saying, hey, forgot I could do this. Actually, nice job to get the units back. And the healing hugs from the servos are going to keep all their buddies alive. Everybody lives. Everybody gets to live. Except the slimes. Sorry, slimes, you're just fodder for our war machine. Servo, lumber servo, as I like to call them, chopping down the old trees. A little lull in the battle here. Elf's also just chilling out in a defensive position. She's got her dragon circling around trying to find somewhere to do some damage. And Matt says, no, you gotta come back because I'm gonna engage you. I'm gonna chase you in your base. I'm doing a pretty good job, but there's Megs that have shown up now. And the Megs to get their tramples off, pushing into the units. Some nice stutter step there. Megs are good because they become a target, allowing your brutes and other units to get more DPS. And again, doing really good. Now the brutes coming in with their Infernal Fury, charging on that front line, dragging up above, doing his best to make sure phantoms are spawning. Another huge dragon breath there. But still a lot of Exos. Exos being efficient. Another Megalodon shows up and prematurely uses Trample. And the stutter step of Matt is doing a great job of keeping these Exos alive. While these Lancers just keep showing up to be a new kind of recyclable front line, is more and more just showing up to defend those Exos. Another Mag gonna go down. Yes. And then tries, oh, does get the dragon. Really clutch there, getting the dragon and the Mags. It's just brutes versus these Exos now, and nice system shock to try and keep them alive versus all that curse. And there is still a Shroud Stone there down below helping out with this defense, but I do think the Exo count might be too much now. As, yeah, the brutes go down, the Shroud Stone goes down, Imp's turn to fight, and that's going to be GG from Elf, and a holy from Matt. Good game.